Hey guys, Matthew Bate here from 365 Days of Wholeness. Thanks for watching this week's video. So it's that time of year where, especially down here in Melbourne, it's cold, it's wet, it's very wintry and dreary, and that means lots of people are getting sick. And I have lots of friends who are catching colds, catching flus right now. So I wanted to share with you on this video how to overcome a cold or a flu in under 48 hours. So for some of you that might seem unlikely or a crazy concept, but it's not if you understand exactly what a cold and flu is and exactly what causes it. So many of us, and something I used to always believe, is that a cold is just us catching the latest virus or the latest bug that's in town, and there's not much you can do about it. I know I used to always get sick. Whatever bug had come to town, I'd just be waving the white flag and just be like, get it over and done with as quick as possible, please. Whereas now, I haven't been sick for haven't caught a cold or a flu for nearly 2 years, and it's not by accident. If you know exactly what a cold or a flu is and how to avoid them, then it's actually very, very simple. So I'm going to explain a concept that some of you might already understand really, really well, but for some of you, this is really going to liberate you and give you great control back over your health. And whatever cold and flu comes in town doesn't have to be scary. And it's something we talk a lot about in our new book, 365 Days of Wholeness, understanding exactly what your body's asking for on a daily basis to avoid getting sick and to basically become your own doctor. So you're not relying on pharmaceutical drugs, you're not having to miss heaps of work, you're not having to this find life really tough going, because when we're sick, life just absolutely sucks. So firstly, I've drawn a bit of a diagram here. Hopefully you guys can see it okay. But what I want to explain to you is what actually causes sickness. So this here represents the bloodstream. Now, this purple squiggly coloring in I've done there, that represents toxins in the bloodstream. So toxins are always present in the bloodstream. Our cells are always producing them, but they're only in very, very small amounts, and our body can actually eliminate these toxins, called metabolic waste, as fast as our body produces them. So they're not a problem. They're not going to cause us to be sick. So whenever we're sick, whenever we introduce a poison into our body, so if you went and swallowed a tub of, I don't know, some sort of toxic substance like pills or some poisonous drink, your body would instantly react. Or let's say you drank too much alcohol, your body would instantly react by trying to expel that out of the body through vomiting or sweating or anything like that. The body's always trying to keep our body clean of toxins. Now, the bloodstream, as I said, always has a little amount of toxins in it, so they're not a problem to the body. We can get rid of that through our breath, through sweating, through urinating, all channels of elimination. We're very familiar with them all. But unfortunately, the modern Western lifestyle introduces so many more toxins into our body than what our body is designed to hold, designed to withstand. So different ways of introducing toxins into the bloodstream. We've got junk food, we've got stress, we've got lack of exercise, medication and drugs, alcohol and soft drinks, non-purified water. We've got chemical soaps and personal care products that we use in the shower, in the bathroom, that get on our skin and soak into the bloodstream. So what this causes in the body is for these toxin levels in the blood to rise above this toleration point. So when it rises above the toleration point, the body realizes that the normal channels of elimination and the normal rate of or normal pace of elimination just isn't enough. So it has to induce what's called a healing crisis that brings the toxins out of the body much, much faster. Now, a healing crisis is what we call a cold or a flu. So a cold or a flu is actually your body intelligently getting rid of toxins out of itself. So the snotty nose, it's lumps of mucus and lumps of toxins the body's trying to get out. Fevers and sweats, it's the body intelligently trying to sweat out the toxins in your body. Diarrhea, vomiting, all these very, very unpleasant things is your body's way of cleansing and purifying itself, because what's happened is toxins have reached a crisis point where the body had to induce this to keep you alive, to keep you very, very healthy. So we've been programmed to think that this is actually a bad thing that's happening, that this is the body failing us or a virus attacking us. Yes, there are viruses and bugs around, but there are viruses and bugs absolutely everywhere. I've seen a David Attenborough doco where they've done a microscope on a pinhead and there is millions and millions of bacteria and viruses on the pinhead. They're everywhere. You cannot escape bacteria bacteria and viruses. But bacteria thrive in toxic environments. So when your body's toxic, whatever bug's in town, it's gonna find a feast in your body. But if you're clean, then your immune system can handle absolutely everything. So getting sick isn't something you need to really worry about if you're clean of toxins. So what happens is, as I said, all these toxins that happen on a daily basis, whether you're drinking, whether you're not drinking purified water, whether you're using chemical-based, petroleum-based soaps, whether you take a lot of medication and drugs, whether you drink a lot of coffee, whether you don't exercise enough, whether you stress a lot, or you're eating a lot of junk food. Look, how many is this? Nearly like 7 different ways we're bringing toxins into our body nearly every single day. So these toxin levels in the blood rise, and the body eventually gets to a point where it goes, holy crap, I've got to do something about this. I've got to get this out of myself. So it induces a healing crisis, otherwise known as a cold and flu. So now that you know what's happening in the body and it's your body actually cleansing it, then you can understand what to do. So your body, all it's asking for is a little bit of help. As soon as it gets the toxins back down to the toleration point, you'll be fine. You'll be over the cold and flu and you'll be feeling back to normal. But the problem is, what we try to do is treat fire with fire. We get sick because of toxins, and then we take pharmaceutical drugs, which is adding more toxins onto the body. Kind of crazy. So you're going to actually turn what could be a 24, 48 hour healing crisis or a cold into something that could be a 1, 2, 3, 4 week flu. And it can even get worse and worse than that if you keep adding drugs into the body. So we start sweating, so we take a different drug for that, or we start vomiting, so we take a drug for that to suppress it. Or we start getting diarrhea, so we take a drug to suppress that. Or we get tired, so we take some pseudoephedrine-based tablets, or we take some coffee. And what we're basically doing is we're fighting the body. The body's trying to help us. It's trying to get rid of these toxins, and we're fighting it and dumping all these toxins back into it. And the body's just like, what the hell am I meant to do? And so really, the only thing that you can do is give the body what it's asking for, which is one, rest. The body makes you tired because it wants you to go rest, while it speeds up the healing process and speeds up the detoxification process. The second thing you do is drink lots of water, because water helps dilute the toxins and helps eliminate them either through the skin or through your urine. Third thing you can do is do not eat food whatsoever. The worst thing you can do is eat food while you're sick. That might be a bit of a different concept to you, and it's something we cover in much more depth in the book as to why that is. I'll be going far too long if I explained it all here. But basically, your body, when it's trying to heal and detox, doesn't have the energy to break down food. So if you eat, the body puts the detoxification process on hold, and your sickness is actually prolonged for many, many more days or even weeks. The only thing I'd recommend having is vegetable juices, or maybe some green juices, some superfood juices, but nothing more than that. Water is all you need, and you'll find that once you actually go rest in bed and you stop eating and stop taking any drugs and medication and stop taking coffee and any stimulants, you'll find fasting is a very, very simple thing to do, and you'll feel really, really good doing it. Whereas you eat, you'll feel absolutely terrible. So what this does is allows your body, you basically get out of your body's way, don't give it any food in it, no more drugs in it, and you allow your body to bring the toxins down to the point where it's back down to the normal point, and your body basically feels that everything's clean and your healing crisis will be over with. So that's how you get over a cold very, very quickly. The reason I haven't caught a cold or anything like that in over 2 years is because I do this before the healing crisis even happens. I notice that, you can learn to speak to your body and notice different sensations, and it's talking to you, trying to tell you when you're getting close to this toleration point. So if I start stressing or start not eating properly or anything like that, I notice that I'm starting to feel a little bit toxic. You feel a bit like you're crawling under your skin, you feel a bit agitated. So that's when I instantly go, all right, back to the vegetable juices, back to go have a sauna, go sweat it out, do some light exercise, fast for a couple of days, do a bit of a juice cleanse, clean the body, or you might notice a sore throat coming on, help the body cleanse itself out, and you will be absolutely right as rain. So Hopefully this makes sense. This has been life-changing information for me. If you want to look further into this, our book, we cover everything here in massive depth. We cover exactly all the different ways you bring toxins into the body and all the ways we can help eliminate them and thrive with health every single day of the year. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.